I'm Michael Sangster, CEO of NAC. Join me and Gale Force Wins for special conversations here at the North American Education Convention.
Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Wins.
And I'm Jerry Carew, Gale Force Wins.
What are we doing here, Jerry?
We are here at the CQ convention, and it's going to be an exciting day. Well, tell us what we're going to be doing, Al.
Well, we're here with the Career Education Colleges and Universities. That's the U.S. version of the National Association of Career Colleges, which is the Canadian equivalent. These two organizations are coming together, sharing best practices, sharing ideas. It's unbelievable what these career colleges and universities are doing for both Canada and the United States. We're here creating content for them because we know that stories matter. Jerry, tell us about our setup.
Well, our setup is we're in booth 639. It's called Interview Booth, but Gale Force Wins. And you can come over at any time during the next 2 days, sit down. Alan will interview you. I am going to actually do the editing, and within an hour, we'll have that out, posted to your socials.
Yeah, it's going to be great, Jerry. This is really about helping the colleges and indeed the vendors tell their stories, how they make tremendous impact in their communities, in their provinces, in their states. These folks are making a huge difference. What they're doing is providing an education that leads to a job at the end of the day. Real careers for real people, and every one of these folks are leaning into it. It's an exciting place to be.
So tell us a little bit, Alan, about what we did last year for the National Association of Career Colleges in Canada.
Did the same thing for the National Association of Career Colleges in Toronto. We interviewed owners of the colleges. We talked to them about the impact that they were making within their communities. We interviewed students. We interviewed graduates. We interviewed the vendors that are all part of it. There's vendors here that deal with everything from AI to financial assistance.
Tell us a little bit about how many that we did. I know yesterday we've done so many in 2024. We're trying to figure out how many, in fact, interviews did we do?
Yeah, well, Jerry, this has really been an absolute sweet spot for you and I. We've done 22 Canadian colleges to date. We've racked up around 600 interviews, 600 very impactful interviews. We did all of that in 14 months from the west coast of Canada all the way to the east coast. Discovery on the west coast, way up there in Nanaimo, beautiful place, to Kean College in beautiful St. John's, Newfoundland. Covered the entire country talking to people that were making an incredible impact.
Alan, tell us about what makes Gale Force Wins different. Great, we got 600 interviews. What does that mean, though?
Yeah, well, I tell you, Jerry, what we do is we have genuine and authentic conversations with people. So when we interview somebody on Gale Force Wins, it's a story. It's about them. It's about their journey. It's meant to emotionally connect with their audience. I have to tell you, in these 600 interviews, there has been tear-jerking moments. Yeah. People's lives have been transformed, and when they tell it in this genuine and authentic way, it really makes a difference. It's good for them. It's therapy for them to tell their story. It's good for their college. It helps the college showcase exactly what they do. I keep using the word impact, but they truly are making a positive impact. Genuine, authentic storytelling, stories matter. And I'm curious, are you telling your story?
Well, it's a good question, Alan. And just tell us a little bit about the approach. I mean, if someone sits down and you've got all these points on a sheet of paper, what do you do with that sheet of paper?
Yeah, so if somebody shows up and they've got a pre-scripted sort of question and answer, that's not really the way we do business. How we do business is we really sort of pull out the story. We just want to really know about the person. I take those sort of things that they want to talk about and I weave it into the storyline, but it's not a question and answer approach. When people sit down, one of the first things we do is make them feel very, very comfortable. They're into a nice conversation. I often tell people it's just like we're having a coffee together, just getting to know one another. It's amazing how people walk away from every interview on Gale Force Wins. They're so so happy about what just happened. Sometimes they walk in a little apprehensive about it because, to be honest with you, it can be a little bit sort of challenging. You got lights on, you got a camera there, but when they walk away, they feel like they've had an incredible experience. They've told their story in a way that they wanted to tell it, and all we did was help amplify it and allow that story to come out. That's the Gale Force Wins secret recipe. We allow them to tell their story, and we just stay out of their way.
Well, you know, Alan, this little introduction that we're doing here is exactly how we do things. It's an off-the-cuff, authentic discussion around what is happening in that particular business.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from my perspective, you've done the on-air interviews, I do a lot of the editing, and I've listened to the stories of the private colleges across Canada, 600 interviews. You are right, they're incredibly inspiring.
Yeah.
Let's just have a quick look at our booth here, and we'll talk a little bit about this booth setup.
So the booth setup is fairly simple, really. What we have here is Jerry's editing station. Jerry's off to the side here, and he's editing in the moment, which is not often done for a company. So he's editing in the moment. That's not to say that the interviews are live, but they are in the moment editing. So you can have these interviews within 20, 30, 60 minutes from the time you sit down. Our sound system, so that we make sure that we have perfect sound. Not tremendously complicated, but sound really matters, and we've brought that into the booth with us. Also, lighting. Lighting is so incredibly important, so we brought in a couple of mini lights with us so that we can light it up. But the real center of it all is where the guest sits. Right there in the center, 2 chairs, a conversation. As I said, it's just like we're having a coffee together. So the guest feels very relaxed, very comfortable in the moment. And this is the whole setup right here. It all moves around in a little suitcase. So we can set up quickly and be ready to shoot within about 30 minutes. And that is really the offer that we make to people. We are resource friendly, not only financially, but on your time as well. We're in and out and set up.
And I want to make a point. This is the conference setup. When we go to a private college, a school, it's very similar to this, but it can be done in multiple locations, right, Alan? We can move around. We've done that in the trade sector with electrical and plumbing. Tell us a little bit about that.
100%. We can take this setup anywhere in your college or university that you want to showcase. And we set it all up, and then your background becomes an actor in the whole thing. So it's not so much B-roll as it is your actual background. And then, of course, we have the ability to go mobile. We've done interviews in trucks for schools that are teaching driving. We've done it in the cabs or trucks. We've done interviews in helicopters. We've done interviews on ships. We can go mobile. There's no trouble with that. But this is it. It's speed and ease, genuine and authentic. That's the Gale Force approach.
Absolutely. I think what I'd like to do now is get you to videotape me and show a little bit about the spreadsheet and how we deliver that, all right?
Yep.
So folks, what I'm doing now is, Alan alluded to it in the earlier part of the video. This is where I actually put all of the videos. What we've learned, you may ask, well, how many videos will you do in a day? We're into the 15, 20, sometimes, depending on your investment, you can go into the 30 interviews in one day. We're very good with your money and your time. But this is how we put it together. So I'll show you an example. This is one we did a couple of months ago, and it's all in Google. So we put it in folders. But the most important thing is the list of the videos. This spreadsheet here has every single piece of content organized in the order that the people came in to do the videos. In this case here, this was done over 3 days, and we have 58 videos over 3 days. And it's all, we have the YouTube ready videos. You take them, they're edited for you, and you can put them right onto YouTube. In fact, we also include a thumbnail with that.
Jerry, do they get raw videos as well?
They get the raw videos. They can take, now, I will say that the YouTube ready videos has a special processing of the audio.
Well, I got to tell you, we're excited to be at the show, but every show we go to, it's the same thing. We know good stories are coming. We know that our Gale Force Wins approach really works and resonates with people, and people walk away feeling great about what just happened.
Yeah, and we're at booth 639. When you come in the front door, we're in the far left corner. This is our booth here. Sit in the chair, and we'll create content for you.
Thank you for watching Gale Force Wins from Las Vegas. Check out NAC.ca and career.org to learn more about NAC and CQ.